What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the Natural Born Thriller. And welcome everyone to Impact Wrestling Review, the show from July 5th, 2018. This was the day after the 4th of July, where people were celebrating Independence Day, doing whatever they want to do, And the show was taking place in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Your commentators, Josh Matthews and Don Collins. So let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Phoenix versus Rich Swann. Basically, they were showing one hell of a match here between Rich Swann and Phoenix. High flying moves, high flying spots. It was just, they were flying all over the place in this match. Spot to spot, man, counter out to counter, like flips after flips and all that. Like, holy shit, man. This is what the exhibition is all about in Impact Wrestling. This is their cruiserweights. But yeah, it was they were on fire in this one. So we get Rich Swann losing this match actually to Phoenix with the Muscle Buster into a cradle shot. And yeah, that was that. After the match, OVE comes out to attack, Phoenix, and then Rich Swann try to save them, but he gets his ass kicked too. And then all of a sudden, Pentagon Jr. comes out. Basically, OVE, it was Dave and Jake Crest, and then Pentagon Jr. comes in for the save, and then all of a sudden, standing tall with his brother Phoenix. And then also he kicks him in the balls. Like, what the hell is this? I'm like, okay, now I see. That's not Pentagon Jr. Because remember, Sami Callihan stole one of Pentagon Jr.'s mask. So sure enough, he unmasked himself, and it was Sami Callihan under the mask, pretending to be Pentagon Jr. And then the real Pentagon Jr. came out for the save, and then he takes out OVE. First OVE retreated out of the ring, and then Pentagon Jr. realized they were retreating as they're going to the aisleway, and then he goes running the ropes and all that, and then he takes them all out. And they get back in the ring, help out Phoenix, and then Rich Swann get back on his feet. Watch OVE walk away, and there you go. That's good. I think that's gonna be the next match. Next we get to KM. He finds Fala Ba, or should I say Fala Trash, or Fala Botch, and says that he deserves to get beat down by Scott Steiner. A couple of weeks ago, and he committed to their team, and will prove it tonight, basically. Whatever. We go backstage and we see Madison Rayne and Ali cutting a promo about the tag team match against Su Yung and Tessa Blanchard. I believe it was Su Yung and Tessa Blanchard that's gonna be teaming up in the match. Actually, it was someone else. Actually, I think that's who it was. But anyways, actually, it was Su Yung. Su Yung and not Tessa Blanchard, by the way. It was gonna be one of Su Young's bridesmaid. That's gonna be her partner, which I'll reveal who that was. And I wasn't certain that if it was her, but after digging up some info, I was right. But I'll get to that later. But there you go. Next we get to the debut of Killer Kross, and he goes against, of all people, Fala Ba. Or should I say, Fala Trash, or most likely Fala Botch. And Fala Trash is being accompanied by KM. I could try to come up with a nickname for KM for being trash too, just the way that Impact Wrestling is booking him. But anyways, this is an opportunity to showcase Killer Kross after so many attacks when it comes to these X marks that when it comes to his coin card, and finally he's been revealed. that he was the attacker this entire time. And then they have him in his debut match against, of all people, Fallout Trash. Highlights of the match. Basically, there wasn't much of a highlights anyways, other than Killer Kross was dominating against Fallout Trash, and there you go. Basically, he won the match with the chokehold submission move because he's got some MMA background. After the match, because Killer Kross will not let go of the hold, Kane comes in to attack him, and Kane gets choked out too. P. Williams comes in with a steel chair, to him Killer Kross with it, no sold it, no effect. And then finally, P. Williams throws him out of the ring by throwing the steel chair, and basically Killer Kross backs off, and he says another time, and there you go. Jimmy Jacobs backstage corner promo with Kongo Kong's match against Brian Cage. So they decided to not save it for Summerversary. They saved it for free on free TV. To me, I thought it was disappointing, and based on how the match was booked too. I'll get to that later when I get to it, but yeah, I thought they should have saved it for Summerversary, but I'll get to more of that later. We get video vignettes where the great Gama Singh is putting these the Desi Hit Squad and these type of trainings that can help them become tag team champions, and basically discipline them and to show some killer instinct as a tag team and all that, and show no and to don't show any type of mercy, and always show no mercy and all that, and be ruthless basically. And yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this, by the way. The Desi Hit Squad. I'm liking this. The vignettes that they're doing. The whole thing that they're from India and all that. I love it. I want to see where they go more of this, and it's developing pretty well. Just if you ask me. We get another event, another vignette, but this time to Knockout, who's gonna make her debut pretty soon. Who that was? I know who it is, but I'll get to more of that when I get to more of these reviews. Oh man, I can't wait to get to that match. All right, Madison Rayne and Ali versus the Impact Knockouts champion Su Yung and her undead bridesmaid that of her choosing. The Undead Bride of Honor is her name. And I'm looking at this her partner, right? The Undead Bride of Honor. And I say to myself, wait a minute, is that Casey Spinelli, a Canadian female wrestler who wrestles for Impact Wrestling? And I say to myself, look, I can't really tell because she's wearing the makeup and everything. And I say to myself, but the body type, it just looks so familiar. Sure enough, I found out about it. And that's a reading right there too. Casey Spinelli, and I was right. I was right there. I wasn't certain that I was right, but I wanted to double check it just in case, and I was right. That was Casey Spinelli being a prop, a propaganda for Su Young's for the Undead Bridesmaids, and this one is called the Undead Bride. I mean the Undead Maid of Honor, I meant to say. That's what I meant to say, folks. The Undead Maid of Honor. Yeah. So yeah, Casey Spinelli is the Undead Maid of Honor. Whatever. But the match happens. Match itself was whatever. Just a Blanchard got involved though, and then Ali takes out Tessa Blanchard. And then finally, Madison Rayne and Ali gets the win over Su Yung and the Undead Maid of Honor. And guess what? Surprise here, shocker! Madison Rayne picks up the win again. Not to Su Yung this time, but to the Undead Maid of Honor. Madison Rayne winning again. You're thinking a tag team match. They'll do something else in the finish, but no, they went with Madison Rayne winning again. This better mean that Madison Rayne ain't winning that belt at Summerversary against Su Yung. I'll be pissed if that happened. If I you know. But anyways, we get vignettes from the LAX clubhouse where King is still mad about Conan from last week, and he wants to see this proof and everything, right? He's basically telling Santana and Ortiz, like, I want to see this proof and all that, right? Where's this proof? Where's the proof? Let's go out there right now. Let's see what's the proof, you know. Then we get to more footages of the Desi Hit Squad of their hard training from their from the great Gama Singh. And at one point he slaps them because they were like, well, you happy about that? Okay. And then he's like go, yeah. He's like, I'm telling them to do laps and everything, right? Like, holy shit, man, this is awesome. I'm loving this. Finally, something for Rohit Raju to do something, you know. Instead of having him just being a jobber, you know. Yeah, there's finally something good here. When it comes to him, and guess all he needed was a tag team, you know. We go backstage where a promo of OVE, where Sami Callihan is mocking Pentagon Jr. and issuing a six-man issuing a challenge, six-man tag team match. When it comes to OVE versus Pentagon Jr., Phoenix, and Rich Swann. Cool. And we'll get to that when I get to the next Impact Wrestling review. Next, we get to a view package for Austin Aries this time. When it comes to the journey to Austin Aries of his journey, you know, what you call it, the journey. So Austin Aries' career, about him being a wrestler, all he wanted was to be a wrestler. His passion was always that he wants to be a wrestler, and they show him of his days in Ring of Honor and other indie promotions, and also his time in TNA, and then now he's back in TNA, but now it's called Impact Wrestling. And basically also talking about how Moose is better off looking for. I mean, he said he's better off to do XFL when it comes to Vince McMahon's XFL than because of being an offense lineman, than after we threw with him at Summerversary. Wow, taking digs at Moose for being a football player. Look, there's nothing wrong being a football player, by the way. I mean, look at the list of wrestlers that once played football and that meant something in the wrestling business. Road Warrior Animal, Brian Pillman, Ron Simmons, JBL, despite how people feel about him, but yeah, JBL. Moose, I'm adding Moose in that category. I'm trying to remember who else. I'm trying to think of who else was. Oh yeah, Vader. Big fan Vader. I'm trying to remember who else. Even though he wasn't a wrestler, but from WrestleMania 2, from that Battle Royal, and there was also a couple of other NFL players too that was wrestling in the match too. But the one that stuck out on the most was the Refrigerator, William Perry. And now we got some more other football players that are wrestling right now, that used to play football in the NFL and now are part of the wrestling business. Baron Corbin is one of them. Someone else from WWE right now who's part of the development of when it comes to training in the Performance Center is part of that too. And then you got someone like I'm already forgetting his name, who teamed up with Moose last year. In that Summerversary match against Electric and Chris Adonis. D'Angelo Williams, I believe. I think that's his name. I'll remember. In fact, I think I have it here. Let me see. Yes, D'Angelo Williams. I was right. Even D'Angelo Williams, also who played football. I think he still plays football, but he gave wrestling a shot last year at Summerversary, and he didn't embarrass himself. He was actually pretty good last year in that tag team match. So yeah, but this whole thing with Austin Aries insulting Moose is for good reason. And also in this video package too, Austin Aries pointed out that you may call yourself Mr. Impact Wrestling, which is a lie. And I'm like, thank you. It's this company that decided to call him Mr. Impact Wrestling for some random reasons. Why? I don't know. Moose is not an Impact World Champion. Moose is not a champion right now in Impact Wrestling. So how he's Mr. Impact Wrestling? I still want to know how he got the nickname Mr. Impact Wrestling, which is not true. He's not Mr. Impact Wrestling at all. If anyone is Mr. Impact Wrestling, and no, not Giant Impact. If anyone is Mr. Impact Wrestling, it's Austin Aries. He's been there longer. He's always been one of those originals when it comes to TNA, Impact Wrestling, whatever. And he's the world champion. He's the one getting the job done. He's the one is lighting the world on fire right now when it comes to wrestling right now. And fuck WWE for not doing anything with Austin Aries. But yeah, the point is, Austin Aries is the real Mr. Impact Wrestling. Austin Aries is the one of the greatest wrestlers right now to ever lift up a pair of boots and to back it up every time he steps in through those ropes and perform the way he does, and the way he carries himself, the way he's been winning championships everywhere he goes. Which is why they call him the belt collector. And I guarantee you, if he was in if WWE would have done something with him, they would call him the collector of championships or whatever, you know. because they don't like calling their belts belts, because, you know, if this man at one point said a belt is where you wear keep your pants up and all that, and like either, you know, he wants that belt to be called a championship instead of a belt. Like, yeah, it's a championship obviously, but it's, at the end of the day, it's a fucking belt. It's a belt. It's a belt they wear around your waist, and even back in the old days too of wrestling. They always call it the belt, the championship, the champion. And in Bret Hart, and you know, in Bret Hart's case, the championship belt. Remember how Bret Hart always kept kind of promo? Yeah, he said, I want the opportunity of the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt. You know, just saying. But yeah, props to Austin Aries for bringing that up in that promo that he did for that video package about that Moose is Mr. Impact Wrestling, which is a lie. Thank you, Austin Aries. You are the man. You are the greatest man that ever lived in professional wrestling. Props to you, Austin Aries. Props to you. And you deserve to be the champion for a long period of time. Just saying. And there you go. Yeah, that was a nice diatribe there. And you know, it was worth it. For Austin Aries, it was worth it. We see Conan on the phone saying that someone has got proof that King called a hit on Conan, back months ago, and we'll get to more on it later. Then we get to a vignette from Tommy Dreamer, who says that Eddie Edwards is obsessed, and after Eddie Edwards attacked him at his promotion at House of Hardcore, they will meet in the House of Hardcore's match, or should I say, a House of Hardcore Rules match at Summerversary. Yes, I love it. I love it. And then we get to this match. We get to... Oh, yeah, this is a headache, folks. Katarina being accompanied by Grado versus Rebel. Rebel wasn't the problem. The problem was Katarina. Katarina was the problem. She was fucking garbage in this match. And Rebel's now a good wrestler at any means. I think she's decent. She's obviously she's athletic and everything, because she does a split and everything. I think she does something besides dancing. I'm not saying anything bad about that, but still, Rebel. Rebel. I thought she had a better performance. A better performance. I meant to say, in this match than Katarina. Katarina, man, she's been wrestling for a long ass time, and then years later to see her wrestle like this, garbage, fucking garbage. I think it's safe to say that Grado is a better wrestler than Katarina. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, really? You're gonna have Katarina on TV and wrestle to try push her like she's a meaningful female wrestler, but you won't do anything with Kiera Hogan? Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And make matters worse, Katarina wins the match. Even though she was fucking trash in this match, she wins. I don't get it. And after the match, some guy named Joe Hendry confronts them, saying that that he and Katarina go way back and all that, whatever. I'm like, whatever. At first I was into this storyline, but after what I saw just on the Gong Show, I'm not interested anymore. Fuck that. Fuck this storyline. All right, main event time. And I'm talking about the main event match, not the segment. The segment I'll get to the segment when I get to it. But the match itself between Brian Cage versus Kongo Kong, with Jimmy Jacobs at ringside. This match was incredible, folks. Two monsters going at it in this match. Like, holy shit, this was a good match. They were doing some crazy impactful moves to each other. Like, holy shit. And Kongo Kong at one point tried to go for that body splash off the top rope onto Cage, but missed. Brian Cage got the better of Kongo Kong, and then gets him, hoists him up with an F5 and beats him 1, 2, 3. And like, holy shit, he beat Kongo Kong. I'm like, holy shit, like this match was incredible. Like, same as one minute. As incredible as this match was, why was this not on the card of 7th anniversary? Why give it to us on free TV? This should have been built up for 7th anniversary. But instead of having Brian Cage versus Kongo Kong at 7th anniversary, you decided to have someone else have Brian Cage wrestle against someone else instead. I'll get to that when I get to other reviews of it. But wow, this was just that's my only nitpick of this whole thing. They should have saved it for 7th anniversary instead of a random Impact Wrestling show. Now let's get to the main event, to that ended the show. LAX to find out that if King was the one, is the corporate that called a hit on Conan. So Conan shows up to confront King, and he has Santana Ortiz there as well. Conan reveals that King did put the hit out on him when it came to during the redemption pay-per-view. King first tries to defend himself, but then he resents, and he says, yeah, he did it. At this point he did it because he said he's the new, because he's new and Conan is the past. He tries to get Santana Ortiz to turn on Conan, and what the Santana Ortiz does, they decide to give King the middle finger. They're like, no, fuck you. You lied to us the entire time. And then all of a sudden, King realized, okay. And then all of a sudden, Homicide and the return of Hernandez come out, attack LAX, and they also also beat down on, well, actually they didn't beat down on Conan. They were choking Conan, I believe, with Mexican flag, whatever, or something like that, or a shirt. I'm trying to remember which it was, but basically having Conan laying down and choking him out, and why he has to watch Santana Ortiz getting beat up by the OGs of LAX. And I know King is not one, is not including that one, but Homicide and Hernandez are the OGs of LAX. And basically, this whole storyline with this whole thing with Eddie Kingston, now he's called King. I should have known there was something fishy going on there in this one. And shout out to George too, by the way, because he also saw this one's coming too, based on how they were booking this one, based on how the angle was going. That King has something to do with this whole thing, with Conan being taken out, and King wants to take over LAX, and this what ends up being. It's like this whole power struggle of who's going to take over LAX, and that's what it was. George was on it at the time, and I was saying to myself, wait a minute, Something's gotta be up with this one. And like, I couldn't put my finger on it, and then George pointed that out. So shout out to George for that. And for those who know who George is, he's one of my viewers who always watches me. And he always shows support with me and all that, and always comments on my videos, and always gives his opinions about where they're going with this and that and all that. So yeah, shout out to George for that one. But yeah, but there's one nitpick though, folks. There was no Diamante. You know, the Cuban female wrestler who's also part of LAX, who was shown there before. When it comes to King being there for LAX while Conan was taken out, you know, because King called for the hit on him. And Diamante even has some doubts that of not trusting King, because she probably knows that King has something to do with Conan's disappearance and all that, and basically so. And I'm like, okay. But unfortunately there was no Diamante involved in this one, which I don't understand why. She's part of LAX too, so why she can't be included in that one too? But whatever, right? But the point is, this is good. I'm loving this. This is one of my favorite angles right now in Impact Wrestling right now. LAX hostile takeover type of deal, power struggle, and that was basically it. Total amount wrestling for hour number 1, 3 matches. Total amount wrestling for hour number 2, 2 matches. So overall amount wrestling from July 5th, 2018 for Impact Wrestling, 5 matches. That's a rare location, by the way. And my overall stream for the show, based on well, actually I can't do that, because there were some things I didn't like on the show. And there were things that one of the things I didn't like on the show is that there was no Kiera Hogan. So I'm gonna go 6.5 out of 10, 6.5, and there you go. And hopefully we get more good storylines when it comes to LAX, because that was my favorite, by the way. My favorite thing of them all was the LAX storyline here. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., and I am the Natural Born Thriller. Please subscribe and take a shot with the Natural Born Thriller. And if this is your first time watching me, well, actually I already said that. If you enjoyed this review, I meant to say give it a thumbs up. If you did enjoy it, give it a thumbs down. Either way, choice is yours alone, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You're entitled to your opinion and only your opinions. So you all take care. Peace on the streets. Talk to you all soon. And I'm out.